name is Jessica Della Davies, and I'm an investigative journalist. Today, we're going to be talking about the case of Kylie Rodni and Summer Wells. We have a lot to get into, and you guys know I like to get started right away. If you would like to join me here in the top chat, you just need to be subscribed for 1 minute, and then you can join us in the top chat. You just hit the join button, which is you're just going to hit the subscribe button, and then you can join the top chat. By the time you're done writing your comment, you'll be done. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our mods tonight. And I also, hi, Mom of Two. I also want to, there's Ara R. Nice to see you guys. So if you want your comment to appear up here in the top chat, you just need to be subscribed for 1 minute, and you can do that. So thank you to our mods tonight. I'd also like to thank our producers. I'd also like to thank our channel members. And if you would like to be a channel member, you just hit the join button and you can have your name show up in my videos also. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm so glad you guys are here. Hi, Holly Golightly. Hi, May May. Hi, True Knowledge Seeker. Hi, Feisty Redhead. Hi, Mary Barcine. Hi, guys. It's so great to see you. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you would be so kind as to give this video a thumbs up to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, let them know you're enjoying the video. I would really appreciate it. Hi, Nels. Hi, Kangaroo. So happy to catch you guys live. I'm going just a couple minutes early because there's so much to get into. Hi, Pam. It's great to see you. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about the Kylie Rodni case, and we're going to be talking about the Summer Wells case because I have some information on that case as well. But we're going to start with Kylie Rodni because I think that's been the big breaking news with the Adventures with Purpose. They put out a brand new video. It's for members only. And on Friday, everyone can see it. You don't have to pay to be a member to see the video. So but a lot of people have watched it, and am anxious to share what I took away from the video with you guys. And then you guys can decide for yourselves if you want to just wait till Friday, because a day and a couple of hours, that's not that far. So I'm so glad you are here. Hi, Joyce. It's so nice to have you here. So let's get started. So for those of you that don't know, Kylie Rodni went missing on August 2nd. I'm sorry, Kylie Rodni went missing on August 6th in 2022, and Summer Wells, she went missing on June 15th of 2021. Kylie Rodni, we have found, and I'm sorry to say it's not the outcome we were all hoping for, and Summer Wells is still missing. So we're going to do Kylie first because there's a lot of breaking news on that one, and we're going to do Summer also. So please stay with me till the end of this live stream. Thank you again to our mods. So Kylie was found 16 days after she disappeared from the Lake Prosner Reservoir, and her vehicle was turned upside down in 14 feet of water. And there's been some controversy as to whether Adventures with Purpose notified Kylie's family or didn't notify Kylie's family, or how they notified it. And I just want to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to clear that up for you today. So here's what we know about the Kylie Rodni case. And I have a package ready for you guys. I'm cutting out. Oh no. Can you guys hear me? It's super crackly. Uh-oh. How's that? Let me see. Oh, I know why. Okay. Is that better? I sound like a chipmunk. Oh no. That should be better now. Yeah, I turned on the microphone for the computer and not the microphone for my thing. You guys should hear it. Oh, thanks, Feisty Redhead. Okay, so let's play the package. I'm going to turn my mic off for a second. This statement attributed to Kylie's mom Lindsay Neiman has been debunked. So there's been a lot of brouhaha that Lindsay Neiman, who is Kylie Rodni's mom, was really upset with Adventures with Purpose. There was a Facebook post, I think it went around Twitter also, that Adventures with Purpose hadn't contacted her or Tony a single time in the whole ordeal. So, not to offer condolences, not when the car was discovered, not once. And she was so tired of hearing how wonderful Adventures with Purpose was after they made a spectacle out of Kylie's passing on their quest to make themselves a hero. I will just tell you right now that this has been debunked. Lindsay Neiman did not say this, and she does not feel like that about Adventures with Purpose. Nobody does. We are all very, very proud of our fellow YouTubers, Adventures with Purpose. They did a wonderful job finding Kylie. They found her in a lake that had already been searched by law enforcement, which just shows you their level of expertise and precision, that they were able to go out there, and they had searched two other reservoirs first, and then because law enforcement had already done a pretty extensive search of Lake Prosser, now the water had dropped 3 feet, but they went out there and within 35 minutes they located Kylie, and I give them so much props, and so does Kylie's family. So let's talk about the next little piece in the package I have prepared for you guys today. This statement has been attributed to Kylie's grandparents, David and Cassandra Robertson, and this has been confirmed. And it says, "Dear Sheriff Moon, over the last..." So to be clear, this is a confirmed statement by the grandparents. They really did read this. You don't have to worry about reading it on the screen. I'm going to read it out to you. So let me let that go. I have a package prepared. Let me play the package a little bit more so you guys can hear the grandparents and what they had to say about Kylie and Adventures with Purpose and law enforcement too. Last 17 days, we have been filled with uncertainty, grief, and fear. Locating our daughter on Monday has brought us an element of resolution. While not the conclusion we hoped for, this agony has been brought to an end. Yes, we are saddened, but we know where our dear Kylie rests. It took an army of individuals to find her, from backcountry hikers to the FBI, divers, the tow truck operator, print shops, sheriffs, police, Homeland Security, and ultimately the Adventures with Purpose team who found her. Collectively, we all made it happen. Everyone volunteered their skills, stood up for Kylie, and hit the pavement running. In the end, we found her. There will always be an armchair warrior contributing an unproductive display of criticism, ridicule, and blame. The Nevada and Placer County Sheriff's Department gave it their all. For those who point fingers and don't believe in our law enforcement, if you ever find yourself in deep trouble, simply dial 911. Law enforcement will be at your door within minutes to hold you up during your darkest hour. We are forever indebted to you kindly, and it's signed David and Cassandra Robertson. So that should debunk anyone who's saying that the parents are upset or the family is upset with Adventures with Purpose. The statement from the grandparents, which was put out the Tuesday after Kylie was found on a Sunday, they put that statement out on the Tuesday after, clearly shows that they very much appreciated the great work that Adventures with Purpose and that law enforcement did to help find Kylie Rodni. So hopefully that debunks that whole issue that there's any drama between Adventures with Purpose and the family. There is not. They are very grateful. Adventures with Purpose donated their time, and one of the ways we can support them is to watch that video when it's released to all of us on Friday. So I want to give you guys some of the takeaways that I got from the video also. If you want to join the Top Chat and have your comment appear right here, go right ahead. Just subscribe for 1 minute, and then your comment that you type into the Top Chat will pop up on the screen. So by the time you've subscribed, by the time you're done typing your comment, you should be there. So I just want to welcome Charles and True Knowledge Seeker and Holly Golightly, Sylvester, Kit Beta, and Brett Mitchell to the chat. So we're going to be talking about Summer Wells also in just a few minutes. So please stay with me because I've got some interesting information for you on that as well. Let me go ahead and play the very last little bit of this package, this first package that I have for you guys. Let's take a minute and talk about Adventures with Purpose and their brand new video. It's available for members only for today and tomorrow, but starting on Friday, it will be open for everyone to see. So you may want to wait and save some money. So let's talk about the video, what I know about the video so far. First, the passenger side window was broken. So that's the one directly opposite from the driver's side window. So the front seat passenger side window was broken, and the driver's side back seat window was rolled half down. So the passenger window wasn't rolled down, it was actually broken, and the driver's side on the back seat, that was the one that was rolled down, according to Nick at Adventures with Purpose. They also say that they found shoes in the back of the vehicle. They confirmed that there were human remains in the vehicle and that Kylie was identified later. So Kylie was found in the back of the vehicle, and Nick felt that it looked suspicious in his opinion. Doug Bishop called Lori, this is Kylie's aunt, and told Lori that they did find Kylie in the lake. And next they called the grandmother to let her know. There's been a lot of brouhaha that the parents weren't notified, but clearly family was notified by Adventures with Purpose. Kylie was not wearing a seatbelt, and she was not found in the driver's seat. She was found in the back where we saw the tarp covering the car. So he felt it was suspicious that Kylie was in the back seat. And the Facebook post allegedly made by Kylie's mom, this has been debunked. She is not upset with Adventures with Purpose. And as I shared with you, the beautiful letter that the grandparents wrote. So again, this video by Adventures with Purpose, the full video will be available for free to all of you on Friday. Okay, so that hopefully helps you kind of understand. So basically, we thought that the driver's side window, that was the one that was broken, because when you look at the photograph, you can see the glass hanging, but it is this window over here. Now, I don't know if this one got broken when they were bringing the car up and it's broken also, or if we're just looking through the glass on this one and can see the broken bits and it looks like it's on the, but it's actually this side. And then behind her, this back seat window was halfway rolled down and she was not buckled in. They didn't say anything about the seatbelts being buckled, and she was found in the back of the vehicle. So did she, when the car went into the water, it would have gone down engine first, right? The engine would have tipped forward, the back would have come up, and she would have floated. Also, if water was rushing into the vehicle from this back window and from this window, it could have also, the pressure pushed her toward the back if she didn't have her safety belt on. So the two together of having the vehicle come down nose first and then having that water pressure rush in could have both pushed her into the back seat, or she could have been in the back seat. And this is where that black box is going to come in so critical. It's so important, you guys, because her vehicle, I did do research, that 2013 vehicle should have a black box on it, and it will tell law enforcement, did the airbags deploy? Did she hit the brakes? What gear was the car in? And how fast was the car going? And then the other piece of the puzzle is we need to know on the cell phone. We know that it last pinged on a tower at 12:33, and Sami tells us that she got a phone call from Kylie at 12:36. And I have a theory on Sami and Kylie that I want to share with you. And this is everything I'm sharing with you today. It's just my opinion, and opinions are not facts. So please don't send any negativity to anyone, anytime, anywhere. Let's be good and kind to each other. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. So my theory is that either Kylie did not remember Sami saying goodbye when Sami said goodbye to her before she left, or maybe Sami just waved goodbye and Kylie missed it, or maybe Sami didn't say goodbye. Because obviously Kylie spent time looking for Sami, and she was going to originally leave to go home in 45 minutes. She told her mom that in a text around 12:30 a.m. So that would have, I'm sorry, 11:30 p.m. So that would have put her leave time at 12:15 a.m. But she called Sami at 12:36 a.m. So was that 21 minutes? Was that her looking for Sami? And just either she forgot Sami said goodbye, or maybe she didn't realize Sami was telling her goodbye. Maybe she couldn't hear it over the party, or maybe Sami didn't say goodbye. Maybe she just waved goodbye, and Kylie just thought she was waving or something like that. What do you guys think about that? Is that something that you would think is a possibility, of what maybe there was some kind of a miscommunication, and that's why she called Sami at 12:36 wanting to know if Sami needed a ride home? And I think it's so sad that they didn't stay together. And I'm sure that, hurts Sami's heart too, that she didn't stay with Kylie. And I have the utmost confidence that that is why she worked really hard to find Kylie in the search. That's why she was leading all those teen meetups. That's why she was trying to help law enforcement. I think she really must have felt bad to realize that she didn't want to get in the car with Kylie because she didn't think Kylie should be driving. But she didn't wait with Kylie or take Kylie with her either. And that's just heartbreaking, isn't it? So, so that's all the updates I have for you on from Adventures with Purpose until we get to all watch the video on Friday. And I'll probably I have another video coming out tomorrow. I do want to talk about the water coming into the car, and how do I think that this window may have gotten rolled down is normal, but how did this one get smashed? Did Kylie have a hammer or something like that? Did she try to get herself out of the car? And if this back window was open when she went into the water, the car would have started filling up back here. And the engine would have gone down first because of the slant and also because of the weight of the car. So is the fact that this window broken over here on the driver's passenger door, is that because she did try to punch her way out? Did she somehow manage to break that window? Because when she broke the window, if the car was already going under the water would have rushed in. And I think the reason that Adventures with Purpose finds the whole thing kind of suspicious is they're wondering also, how did this window get broken? And was maybe somebody else, were they in the car and did they manage to get out? And, I don't want to speak for them, they'll speak for themselves, but I do think it's interesting that they found that it was suspicious. And this is still an open case. So law enforcement is still investigating this case because we still don't have the toxicology report and we don't have a full medical examiner report back either. So let me know, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that there could have been a passenger in the car, or do you think that was Kylie using some kind of a tool to actually try to punch out this window? Ronnie Moon said that they actually showed the tow truck driver, identified him positively from a photo from law enforcement. And Laura Croft says she was put into the car. She believes that she was already gone when they put her into the car, so couldn't have broken the window. Do any of you other Do you guys also feel like that? Let me know in the top chat if you feel like, maybe there was something had already happened and then they put her in the car. What do you think? Mary Barcine said the sheriff is the coroner, but he doesn't do the autopsy. Yeah, they're going to have a medical examiner to do an autopsy. You have to have a medical license, a physician license. You also have to be a surgeon, and you have to have a background in pathology. So definitely the sheriff's not going to have all of that education. If he did, I'm for sure he would not be. He would definitely be working in as a coroner rather than a sheriff. So Juanita Richard says the pressure of the water rushing in can cause the windows to break. So that's interesting. And Holly Galletti says, I think there was, whoop, I lost Holly. I can't get it back. No. Okay. True Knowledge says, who does the autopsy then, please? You're going to have the medical examiner, the one who's got the background in surgery. That's a great question. Sixth Sense Amelia says, if there's a window breaking tool, it would be with Kylie. Right, exactly. And we know that a lot of people, if you don't have one in your car, it can just be a little hammer, or you can get a special tool that you can just hit the window and the window will just shatter. You can do the windshield, you can do a window, and it will just go. Kangaroo says, I'm breaking up. Can you guys hear me okay? You guys should be able to. I have everything turned on that I can turn on for my audio. So I'm curious what you guys think about that. Joy says someone else broke it. Joy Kelly says, yes, I have seen it. Kangaroo says, that's breaking up and cackling. Superhero Loves Akita says, in Placer County, the coroner is required. None of these credentials. No, I'm talking about the medical examiner, not the coroner. Okay, the coroner is going to just pronounce probably, but a medical examiner is required. Ronnie Moon said, yes, it was the next morning around 11, I think he said. And Mary Barceline says, remember when the police were asked about any other thing, I'm not going to say that word, in the car, he took a long pause. Oh yeah, that long pause where he looked up and then came back down. I don't know if he was just taking a breath because he was sad, or if there was something else to that. Yeah, I caught that too, Mary. Did any of you guys think that was kind of odd? May says the sheriff is the coroner, and the coroner, no, the sheriff is not doing the autopsy, guys. A medical examiner will do the autopsy, not the sheriff. No, that's not right. Jan Bing says you can't break a windshield. It has plastic in between the layers. Well, there's with this special tool, which actually is a punch that can help shatter it. I don't know, but something is sketchy for sure. Thanks, Joy. Tommy Tuckerton is here. Hi, Tommy. He says, Adventures with Purpose have a video demonstrating a tool to exit a car. Please, everybody watch it. Yeah, I would recommend watching that too. I think knowing how to exit a vehicle safely if it does happen to go in the water would be something that we could all teach ourselves and our loved ones to do to help keep safe. Girl Friday says, I wonder which way the glass broke, outwardly or inwardly. That we're not going to probably know because of the car was in the water. Mary Owen says, I feel like it was just an accident. Maybe she broke the window trying to get out and didn't make it out in time. I don't know. Thank you, Mary. True Knowledge says, there is something wrong in this case. And KM Pucker says, thank you for covering this. Love from Wales. Yeah, where are you guys from? I'm curious. A medical examiner isn't a forensics examiner. Thank you, Amelia. Mary Barceline says, not just watching you, but should purchase a glass breaker. Thank you, Mary. Juanita Richard says, you only have 30 to 60 seconds to get out. No time to look for a hammer or tools. Well, you do actually have a little bit more time. Your body can go without oxygen for about 3 minutes. You don't have a lot of time, but you have time to get out of the car. You have about 160 to 120 seconds. So 1 to 2 minutes, because if you are in the car and you cannot break the glass, if for some reason you don't have the tool, you can't find the tool, you just, if you are in the car and your car is starting to go in underwater, just keep your seatbelt on until the water comes up to your neck. Once the water comes up to your neck, you'll want to unbuckle your safety belt. Take a deep breath and let the car fill up, because your doors are not going to open because of the pressure. The windows will not roll down because of the pressure. So you're going to need to take a deep breath and just allow yourself to be submerged. Once the car is underwater, you will be able to get the window down. Once the car has filled up with water, you will be able to open the door because the pressure will equalize, and you will be able to get out of the car safely. But the fastest way is to have that punch ready and just crack the glass and go in. Holly Golightly is from Colorado. Oh, that's really interesting. And Kangaroo says, as well as many other questions, you can tell that the FBI either was terrified he'd answer wrong. You can tell when he doesn't like or agree with what he said. A couple times you can see him saying that. Yeah, I think because it's an ongoing investigation, they're being really, really careful with what they're saying. Girl Friday said, inwardly, some or something broke it from the inside. Broken windows busted outwardly. She might have broke it. And Kitty Cat says, when he paused, I assumed it was because he was thinking about if it was a question he could answer due to the investigation. I agree with you, Kitty Cat. I think that's most likely what happened. True Knowledge Seeker says, so what does the coroner do to identify human remains? Well, I can't go into like that much detail because that's not my like area of expertise. Um, but you know, they do have to be a physician, they do have to be a surgeon, and they do have to have a background in pathology. So you have to be have a lot of certifications to be a medical examiner. The coroner, I believe, just pronounces, but that's my understanding. And Sixth Sense Amelia says, being upside down in a car is very disorienting. Everything is about face. Yeah, I would think. And I'm wondering if she was in the back because as the car came up and the water started coming in, the oxygen would have been behind her, right? It would have been back here. So it could have been the force of the water pushed her backward. It could also be that she got herself into the back and was trying to get out of the back where she had oxygen. And then if she was in the back, the water would have filled up. But the weird part is that Adventures with Purpose thought the whole thing was suspicious. And if they wouldn't have said that, I probably would just leave it at the explanation I just gave you. But because they're saying they found it suspicious, I'm just wondering if there is something else going on. May says she's not waiting for the car to fill. She's out of there. No way. I'm waiting for more water. And Sicilian Mina says, hello all. This is the most real channel. I've subscribed. Good vibes. Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you. Girl Friday says, fingerprints survive under the water. So if they're all over the interior trying to open and broken nails from trying to pry out, which shows she tried to get out. Great point, Girl Friday. Great point. And Juanita Richards says, car upside down. It's dark outside and murky in the water. Can't see anything. And she's disoriented. Yeah, I agree. The car ended up flipping. So we don't know if she realized she was going into the water and turned, or like what caused the car to flip and end up upside down in 14 feet of water. And that's where that black box is going to give law enforcement some really good answers to that question. And so that's a great point, Juanita. Thank you for sharing that. And Holly Golightly says, hi to you, Sicilian Mina. Mamie says, don't forget, pitch black, moon reflects on the water, not shines below the water. Great point, Mamie. Hi, Lady CG. Great to see you. Glad you're here. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Kylie Rodni case. I'm also going to be discussing the Summer Wells case in a few moments, so please stay with me. I'm going to be doing an update on that case as well. We just debunked the Facebook post that's been attributed to Lindsay Neiman, who is Kylie Rodni's mother. She did not make that post. She supports Adventure with Purpose. And the statement that was put out by the grandparents that's thanking law enforcement and thanking Adventures with Purpose, that statement has been verified as being true. So I just wanted to tell you guys that if you're just joining us, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and help me out with the YouTube algorithm. If you want to join the top chat and have your comment show up right here, you just need to be subscribed for 60 seconds. So while you subscribe and type in your comment, by the time you're done typing your comment, your minute should be up. Susie says, I think she was already gone when they pushed the car into the water. So it sounds like some of you guys think that the car was pushed in, and then some of you guys, Ray 11 says when the car hits the water, there's 60 to 90 seconds to get out. Hi, Ray 11, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Um, so that's really interesting because I've heard you can go longer because you can go up. I guess it's how long you can hold your breath. But the points that you guys are making are excellent because when you think about that, it was dark and that the car flipped and it was underwater. If it had been daylight, maybe she would have known which way was up. Would she have become so disoriented that as the car was under and she was upside down, would she have known which way was up, which way was down? I think as the car was sinking, she would have known, but I don't, if it flipped and then started sinking, that could just be a whole nother ball game. We just don't know. So please tell me what you think about this case. What do you think about the fact that Adventures with Purpose has deemed that they found the way they found Kylie and the way they found the car, that they feel like it's suspicious? What do you guys think about that? True Knowledge says, poor Kylie must have been so scared, bless her. And Kangaroo says, I definitely think there's more to this case than an accident. Lady CG says, the water was probably cold too. It's shocking when you're suddenly rushed with water. Great point. We know she had put that hoodie on, right? So yeah, you're probably right, Lady CG. It probably was cold. Girl Friday said, sorry, I meant water in or absent. We'll be telling. Thanks, Girl Friday. And Six Sense Amelia says, the lake water level was higher up. The car tracks may have not come directly straight into the water, but from the side. Donuts too fast can cause a car to slide and roll. And Holly Galletti says she believes Adventures with Purpose that there may be some foul play involved. So we're going to come back to the Kylie Rodni case in a minute, but I want to give you guys, I have a lot of people who are really following the Summer Wells case, and I just wanted to update you guys on that also. Joanne Meyer is sharing that I think it's because Kylie was in the very back of the car that makes it suspicious. And True Knowledge says, yes, suspicious. Superhero Loves Akita says she wasn't scared because she was something out. I don't know. Put out. Oh, I know. She was passed out. I got it. Okay, thank you. I don't know why it's censoring the word pass, but anyway, yeah, maybe it could have been she wasn't conscious. Do you think she was conscious when she went into the water, or do you think the water just rushed in? This window broke when the car rolled, and then the water rushed in here and it rushed in here and she just floated to the back. I mean, she was in the water for 16 days. So we just, we don't know. Ray 11 says that she's surprised that law enforcement let Adventures with Purpose speak, and maybe they can't stop them as they aren't involved. That's right. Adventures with Purpose came in because the family asked them. So they were there at the request and at the behest of the family of Kylie Rodni. So yeah, they would not be able to censor them. I'm sure they did talk to law enforcement, and I'm sure they wouldn't do anything that would compromise the case. It seems like, a really responsible group. So let's talk about, and Six Sense Amelia's giving me hearts for Summer. So the Pink Dahlia channel was, and I haven't updated my channel on this. If you guys already saw this, I have some more stuff too, but the Pink Dahlia channel was interviewing someone that claims to have overheard a conversation by a law enforcement person. So remember, this is someone who overheard someone else talking, who's now telling the story. So you're hearing this third hand. So just, take this all with a pinch of salt, okay? Because we don't know what type of law enforcement they overheard talking. Is it TBI? Is it the police? But this guy claimed to have overheard a conversation that law enforcement was not allowed to search the barrels on the Summer Wells property. So what was in these barrels? Well, there were 55-gallon barrels that apparently Don Wells was using to store human waste in. And he says that they were putting their toilet stuff into the barrels because they did not have flushing toilet. And that's like the politest way I can say this. They had to use the 55-gallon barrels because they didn't have a toilet that flushed. And so they use them for their waste and also their toilet paper and whatever normally you would put into a toilet. And I'm sorry, I know this is like getting a little bit gross, I'm sorry. But this guy claims that law enforcement was searching the Wells property and they weren't allowed to search the barrels. Now, I don't think it was the Wells. I don't think it was Don or Candace that were preventing them from searching the barrels. If I had to make a guess, I would say, and I'm curious what you guys think, I would say that most likely they were not allowed to search the barrels because of what was in the barrels. You could pick up hepatitis or something like that from human waste. So that would have been done with people in protective gear, probably gloves and a full suit. They would have probably searched the barrels. So I'm thinking law enforcement did get to search the barrels, maybe just not at that point, and then went back and searched the barrels. So, but it does kind of call into question, how well the Wells property was searched, and seeing that Kylie was found after that law enforcement came in, it makes a lot of us wonder, did Summer Wells, did she get the full, search? Was anything missed? Because now we can see from Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito and Kylie Rodni that, law enforcement is not perfect. They do a great job, but they're not perfect, and they can miss stuff. So anyway, I understand them not searching the barrels right then and there because of what was in them for their own safety of their officers. And I can't imagine any boss that would tell the officers to just dive right in and search those. And I'm not even sure that this story is 100% true because I don't have a way to vet. This guy says he heard someone. And, to me, it's like, well, why is he coming forward now? Why didn't he come forward a little bit ago? So we're hearing this third hand and, way after the fact. Why not? Why didn't he come forward, back when this was all going down? But I also want to talk about the grand jury for a second. If you guys have been following this case with me, you'll know that in April, we had the DA come out and talk about a grand jury, and we noticed that no charges have been filed, not even for neglect, and that definitely could have been filed, right? Because the boys, for sure, have been removed from the home, and so they could have at least gone in with those charges, but they haven't. So a lot of us have been wondering if there is a grand jury because that was brought up in the conversation with the district attorney. And Lieutenant Pruitt, who is the lead investigator on the Summer Wells case for Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, he stated that there was no evidence that Summer Wells was abducted. So I think that's really interesting too. So they're not going with the abduction theory. And this guy that overheard law enforcement talking, he also claims that they were very suspicious of Don and Candace. And I can believe it because all of us had a gut reaction to Don and Candace, right? So on a personal note, I will say that it's been incredibly frustrating to see Don and Candace not being indicted for anything and just be free. But at the very least, I do feel like maybe they are getting all of the charges together, building a bigger case. Because if they were just going to come in with that, I think that could have been done. So there must be something bigger in play that we just can't see yet in the Summer Wells case. And so we also noticed that they still have not released the 911 phone calls that Don and Candace would say that they have. We have the dispatcher dispatching the police. We have that call, but not the call that came in from Don and Candace. So why wouldn't they release the call? So to me, there's probably a good reason for that. And TBI said that this case is not their normal type of case. And I would agree with that assessment. But what do you guys think? It's been over 14 months. We don't have any indictments. Do you think it is because there is a bigger case here? Do you think a grand jury was impaneled or is impaneled? And do you think DA Armstrong, when he spoke back in April, sounded like they were pursuing a criminal case? And if they are, who's going to be indicted? Is it going to be Dawn? Is it going to be Candace? Is it going to be Grandis? Is it going to be Andy or Jody Sue possibly? And again, this is just my opinion. What do you guys think? Girlfight said, I all scrambled, gonna have to jump off. Okay, May says she's eating birdseed. My sound is bad? Oh no. Lacey, you said she feels like the I lost the comment, Lady CG. I'm sorry. Chat is having a conniption. Oh, I missed it. Let me see. I don't know why. My audio should be good. Can you hear me now? Okay. So Mary Owen says she heard the same thing about the barrels, and it makes a person wonder if Summer could have been in there. Yeah, I think a lot of us are worried about that. Um, and Chan says my mic is better now. Well, good. I don't know why it's going in and out. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to get closer to it, or maybe my mic's starting to go bad. Thank you, Holly. Holly says telling me my audio is bad for all of Summer's reporting. So you guys didn't hear any of that? Oh no. Okay, so what I reported on is I talked about the fact that um, on the Pink Dahlia channel, she had a guest on, and this gentleman says he overheard law enforcement talking, and that human waste from Dawn and Candace's house, because they didn't have flush toilets, were in the barrels. And so the law enforcement, of course, wasn't allowed initially to search that. And I was speculating that I thought that law enforcement, of course, no boss is going to tell the police officers, yeah, dive into that, because you could pick up hepatitis or anything from that. It's gross. And I'm sorry to be so like, I'm sorry, but you could pick up, catch something from that. So of course they're going to wait for people to come in. So either the barrels were picked up and taken somewhere where people wearing hazmat gear can go in and go through the waste and search the barrel. So I do think they probably were searched, just maybe not at that moment, but I don't know. Thanks, Lady CG. But you heard enough to figure out what I was saying. Well, I'm really sorry that my mic went out. I'll have to check it and just see if the mic's starting to go. They do wear out, and I've had this microphone for about a year. Tommy Tuckerton says, I thought the DA said Don Wells offered to sell him some barrels. I haven't heard about that, Tommy. I have not heard anything about that. I don't know who would want to buy those with human waste in them. I don't know. And Truth Knowledge Seeker says Summer was supposedly carried out in the green or blue settee that was used in front of the basement door. Where did you hear that from? I have not heard anything about that. So that's news to me. I have not heard anything about that. So I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. Fine Summer's Truth said, I'm way behind because I got a phone call. Oh, well, hopefully you will catch up. I have a little bit more to share with you, and I'm hoping my microphone stays okay. So Don is supposed to finish his jail sentence. Do you think he will go to jail, or do you think he's going to end up back, is he going to end up back extradited to Utah, or is he just going to be let free? We know law enforcement is saying they don't agree with the abduction theory. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with the parents were involved, right? That leaves us with the parents were involved. So Dan Solomon says the Wells had a functioning toilet. They used the drum for the used toilet tissue because of the septic tank. Oh, they did have a flush toilet? So what did they use the drum for? Just for toilet paper alone? Okay, that's interesting. That's better. Sounds a lot better than what I had heard. And that's why I said everything I'm sharing with you is my opinion. Lady CG says, I don't know what to think. My gut tells me Jody Sue is paranoid because she was providing something. And be careful what words you guys use, and that it could have led to negligence or an accident. Yeah. Feisty Redhead says, true. Wow. Where was that said? How freaking horrible. And Superhero Keto says, the only thing more disgusting than Don and Candace is their waste. Yeah. It's so gross. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to gross you guys out. I don't mean to gross you guys out with the story, but I just wanted to share it with you. But also just, take it with a pinch of salt, because why didn't this guy come out earlier? Where was he, months ago? We're 14 months in, and now he's coming forward. Now, maybe he just overheard the conversation. I don't know, but I just wanted to let you know. May says she wouldn't be surprised if someone bought the barrels. They bought Grandis's camper van, and that was evidence, and Summer went in for candy. Interesting. Diane explains that toilet paper would clog the septic tank, but they have like dissolvable toilet paper, don't they? but maybe, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I lived with a septic tank, and we just used like very thinner toilet paper. But I don't know. I guess everybody's septic tank is different. Six Cents a Millie says, Jody C. Brown said, we started searching for Summer before Candace knew she was missing. Yeah, and this may be why the law enforcement was so, I was wondering why they were so quick to dispute Jody Sue Brown's talking about hearing Summer scream. Remember that whole thing? And Sheriff Ronnie Lawson was asked point blank about it, and he said no, he didn't. He didn't think that happened. And at the time, I remember thinking, "What?" Because I thought, honestly, I thought she was very credible, and I thought that it did happen. But he seemed to think that it didn't happen. What do you guys think? Feisty Redhead says she hopes they find Summer. Girls Friday said as soon as I started talking, it's about them. It's scrambled. And Ray 11 says you can buy an RV marine safe toilet paper, works in septic too. Yeah, I think that's what we used with our septic, Ray 11. And True Knowledge says, she said, I know we weren't storing it in barrels. I can tell you that. True Knowledge Seeker says, she said Candace called the boys to take Summer to bed, and they were, oh, wow, that's wild. That's wild. And they were carrying her down the stairs. Finding Summer's Truth said, it seems like foul play on Kylie. I'm sorry, I'm behind. Yeah, Adventures with Purpose, if you guys didn't hear the news, did say that they did use the word suspicious with what they found in the car. Their video will be made public on Friday. It's available now for members only. I think it's $5 to become a channel member for them. I don't, but if you want to just save $5 and wait, it's going to be available. And I pretty much went through a lot of the main points with you guys on this video. Lady CG says, my MIL built a new home, kept an old septic. She had to watch how much wastewater goes in. She can't take long showers or wet wipes. Oh, wow. And Six Cents a Millie says, I have a septic tank. The waste doesn't break down. The liquid portion rises up and goes out and overflows some. Oh, that's good. And then Girl Friday says, Jody Sue may be on radar with law enforcement. I don't know what past history she has had to be dismissed. I think her hearing the scream was believable. Yeah, I don't know. But Ronnie Lawson, Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, he's not playing. He dismissed it. So he didn't seem to think that it was credible. So I thought that was absolutely wild. And I was just kind of curious what you guys thought about that. And True Knowledge Seeker says, Candace phoned Dawn and he said, wake her up, so she couldn't. So he came back from work and carried her out to the truck. And Bobby Fizel said, I'm so late. I'm waiting until Friday to watch the video with Adventures with Purpose. However, I do know info from someone who watched if the road assistance guy helped her on Saturday or Sunday. Foul play. Yeah, the whole road assistance guy, I haven't dived into that too much because I don't want to take out everything from their video because they did put a lot of time and money into finding Kylie. But yeah, that was sketch, right? Six Cents a Millie says, I think Tim Mullen is involved with Dawn. I think Tim Mullen is all about, I don't know why Dawn needed a media manager. I thought that was an odd choice. You guys know I feel like that. I don't think Tim Mullen did anything to Summer. That's just my opinion, but I don't think he did. But I do think that he's in it for, money, make it rain. And I think they saw, the pretty little blonde girl, Madeline McCann, and how much money their parents got. They see Gabby Petito's, her family's, they're getting a special on Lifetime about Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. So they see that, these cases, and I think that, they see money. So they're like, why not cash in on my daughter's disappearance? Which, to you or I don't think we would even be thinking about that. But, we're not Don Wells. So, Kuma says, in my opinion, 52 barrels with just toilet paper inside, they could have burned the toilet paper at a fire pit. Yeah, that she thinks Jody C. Brown is an informant. Oh, that's interesting. Mamie says, the hills have eyes, but Ben Hill has lies. Wow, bravo. That's really good. Lady CG says, nah, Tim Mullen is just trying to make some money. I agree with you, Lady CG. I think he's just in it for the bucks. Girl Friday said, yes, odd with Tim Mullen. He was in it for profit. I think so too. He, started his own YouTube channel. He was already making videos. I think he's not, for those of you that don't know, he just did real estate photography. He's not a media manager. That is not his profession. So I think he just decided he would insert himself into the case and try to make some money, because he'll get 10 to 15% of whatever that deal goes for. True Knowledge Seeker says it's crazy how both of these cases are in Tennessee. Weird as this has distracted us from the Summer Wells case. No, the other case was not in Tennessee. It was not in Tennessee. 6 cents. Amelia says Tim Mullen, red flag, horsies, puppies, and kitties is easy. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if I would go there about Tim Mullen, but I definitely think he's in it for the money. Lady Siege says, okay, y'all, who's going to play Candace on the Lifetime movie? I can't see a network wanting that story. And Ray 11 says, I really like how you engage with your chat people. Very refreshing. Oh, well, thank you. When I'm not interviewing a guest, when we're doing it, you'll see me talk about an interactive live stream. It means I'm talking to you guys. It's about you guys. Wilted Lettuce. Hi, welcome. Christina York is here. I says that she thinks Tim Mullen, the media guru, made a very bad film of summer and sold it, and they all got profits, in my opinion. And 6 Cents a Millie says Tim Mullen was at the scene when the police were there. Oh, that's wild. If you would be so kind as to give this video a thumbs up and help me out with the YouTube algorithm, I would be so grateful. And subscribe if you want to join the top chat. You just need to subscribe for 1 minute and your comment will appear up here. Or just subscribe. It's free and it's, nice. It's appreciated. And thank you to our mods tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. So Wilted Lettuce, you think that he already made a film? I would think that if it was going to go on Netflix, that they would probably want to do it, whether he made one or didn't make one. I think they would still want to do their own thing. Mamie says, I got a clap, guys. Be jealous. And Ray 11's talking to Lady CG. Finding Summer's Truth says Tim Mullen was at the scene. No, I don't think he was finding Summer's Truth. I don't think he was. And 6 Cents Amelia says Tim Mullen's own words, Ari, luring children. Yeah, I think that, I don't think he's involved in her disappearance. I just think he came in. I just think the reason that I have red flags with him is not because I think he did anything to Summer. And this is, everything I'm sharing is my opinion today. But I do think that he tried to cash in on it. And if you guys don't know, Brandy Neal, Michael Vaughn's mom, Tim Mullen took some of the find Michael Vaughn, little monkey, he took some of the .coms that should have been left available to the family, and he snatched them up himself and then tried to insert himself into that case also. But Brandy Neal said, no, thank you, because Brandy is not trying to cash in on the disappearance of her child. Wilted Lettuce says, remember the vivid tap dancing feet or something? Yeah, that was weird, right? And Finding Summer's Truth is saying feet fables. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, well, let me see. I have one more little thing I want to share with you guys. So hang on here with me. Okay, so law enforcement doesn't think there's any chance of there being an abduction. So that theory's out. Okay, so that leaves that either an accident at the Warriors Path State Park and maybe a secondary or drowning incident or some kind of an accident happened at home. So it leaves an accident, or it leaves something more nefarious. What do you guys think happened to Summer? Wilted Lettuce says, when Summer and Michael were on IMBD. And May says, maybe interesting to see what happens going into the winter with Don out. Yeah, do you think he's going to be extradited to Utah, or do you think he's going to be left loose and free to roam around? What do you guys think? Lady CG said, imagine buying up a domain. Right, Lady CG, I agree. Imagine buying up a domain for a parent you do not represent, and then kind of holding the domain hostage, in my opinion, to try to get her to sign with him so he could cash in on that. Michael Vaughn's parents, law enforcement has cleared them, if you didn't know. And they are definitely, trying to do the best thing that they can for little Michael Vaughn. My heart breaks for those parents. Kangaroo says, I don't think he's ever going to be free again. Hunter said they used to call him the Sandman. Wonder if that's because he put the kids to sleep. I don't know. Holly Golay says, hoping Dawn is going to Utah. And Ray 11 said, this has been a very enjoyable channel. Nice balance of reason and theory. Thanks, Ray 11. So Lady C said, I don't think Utah has enough to bring Dawn in. Oh, that's interesting, but hopefully they do. And yeah, I don't know if they're going to have enough to extradite him or not. We have 2 stepsisters and 4 other women, so that's 6 people. And Utah does not have a statute of limitations on that particular crime that he's being accused of. But, it could also be that if Utah knows that they're building a case in Tennessee, are they going to want to extradite Dawn at that point? So I don't know. Kangaroo says, I think that's why they gave him, Dawn, the max time so Utah can work on the case on him. I think within a few days of his release, he's going to be brought to Utah. I pray so. And 6 Cents Amelia said, the legend behind Sandman is actually really dark. All right, well, be careful what you guys share on here, because we don't want to get I don't want to get too dark. I always try to provide you guys with responsible information, and everything that I'm sharing with you today is my opinion, and opinions are not facts. So feel free to do your own research to find out your own information. What I try to do on this channel, and you guys know that you've seen me interview different people to bring in different perspectives. I try to bring you guys in different perspectives, and I trust that the audience for Reporter Room is smart enough and savvy enough to be able to discern what their own opinion, that you don't need me to spoon feed it to you. I will bring you everything I know, and then you guys can discern what you think. And then that's why these interactive chats are so helpful. And that's why your comments in the comment section are so helpful. It tells me where you guys are at and what you guys are thinking. And Lady C says, yeah, we don't need to be sued by Tim Mullen. No, I don't want to be sued by anybody ever. Kuma says, Tim Mullen and BK both started doing the friending with the Wells. And 6 Cents Amelia says, Jody C. Brown spoke with a land agent on 2 acres before summer got gone. Oh, wow. And Ray 11 says, opinions are not facts. That's right. Opinions are not facts. Opinions are just that, opinions. Kangaroo says, I absolutely love you and the way you think and the info you share and how respectfully you do it. Love your channel. Well, thank you, Kangaroo. You made my day. I really appreciate you. I appreciate you guys also. And I'm really grateful. Holly Goletti said, Jessica, you're so sweet to value your subscribers. Well, of course, this channel wouldn't be anything without you guys. And your opinions are really important. Your opinions are really important. And I do respect you and I do appreciate you. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. You've done a great job of helping to keep Summer's case from going cold. I just want to tell you that because, maybe you don't know, but keeping her name out there keeps the pressure on law enforcement, keeps the spotlight on that case, and it helps us increase the chances of finding out what happened to her. I'm going to be honest with you. My sense of how we're going to recover her has gone from being, somewhat optimistic to not being that optimistic about it. But I do think that we need to know what happened and we need to hold whoever did this accountable. And I feel the same way with the Kylie Rodni case. We're not going to ever know. I personally don't know who supplied right now Kylie and her friends with whatever they ingested that night, whatever they were drinking, whatever they were going back to the car for. But I think the FBI is staying on that case in part because it took place in a national park. But more importantly, I think that they are going to try to hold somebody accountable for what happened to Kylie Rodni, because she was just 16 years old and should not have been provided anything at all. Kuma says, I thought that Sandman was Tim Mullen nickname, not Don Wells. It is a nickname that I've heard used for Tim Mullen and not Don Well. I have heard that too. Holly Gully says, yes, Sandman is Tim's nickname, not Don. Yes, I agree with that. Spirit Hunter says that's right. Ray 11. Kangaroo says absolutely. And Lady CG says, my fear is that will become another Kaylee Anthony outcome. Yeah, a great point, Lady CG. I mean, I think all of us, that would just be our worst nightmare, right? To like come to all of this and then find out that, oh my gosh, we didn't get the conviction. And I think that, DA Armstrong is looking at this and, he wants to make sure he has himself in the strongest case possible against whoever's on this side. Dawn, Candace, Grandis, maybe Jody Sue, Brown and Andy. I don't know. I don't know who the main players are in the case, but I do hope that we find out soon. And Ray 11 says, I hope that's true for Kylie. I do too. I hope so. And Kangaroo says, not for nothing, but Sami incriminated herself by admitting to, if not providing with Kylie, who was a minor. No, I don't know. Yeah, she's 18. I, you know, I have a bit of a soft spot for Sami. She did make red flags go up, and I'm not saying she was 100% honest. I think her story benefited herself, right? But I do feel like she honestly did do everything that she could to try to find her friend Kylie. I think if she could go back and redo that night, she would stay with Kylie. But just, remember she's really young too. She's really young too, and this shouldn't define the rest of her life. Lady CG said, I have a hard time giving my 16-year-old Motrin, and I can't imagine giving, yeah, I don't know, me either, Lady CG. I agree with that. And Six Sense Amelia says, my apologies. I'm trying to be both mindful and respectful and convey information across as well. Thank you. You're doing a great job, you guys. You're doing great. And Ray 11 said, the FBI always knows more than local law enforcement and never shows their cards. You're right, Ray 11. And Kangaroo says, for giving her the drinks, especially if it's found to be a contributing factor to what happened to her. Yeah, I think, I think that's really important. I think it is going to be a contributing factor, right? I think it is going to be a contributing factor in some way. Um, I'd like to thank our producers. That's Energy Shots and Don K. And I'd also like to thank our channel members. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.